Hey everyone, what if I told you that there are actual secret superpowers hidden inside the English language? Well, today we're going to find them, and we're going to power up the way you talk.
Really think about it. Some words are simple, right? Table, ball, cat. They just name stuff. But then there are these other words, words with special jobs. They're the ones you use to ask for permission, to talk about what might happen, or even to give a really serious warning. These are the power-up words we're jumping into today.
And these amazing superpower words have a name, modals. They're like special helpers that team up with the main verbs in your sentences to give them all this extra meaning and power. They're what turn a boring sentence into a polite question, a future possibility, or even a strict rule. All right, ready to start your training? First up, we're going to master the everyday power words, the ones you'll find yourself using all the time.
Let's kick things off with one of the most useful modals there is, the word can. Seriously, this little word packs a huge punch. It helps you talk about what you're able to do, and it lets you ask for things nicely.
Check out how flexible can is. For ability, it's so easy. Virat Kohli can hit a 6. We all know he has that skill, right? Now for permission, you might ask, "Can I get an extra gulab jamun?" And for a request, you could say, "Can you help me with this sum?" See what I mean? It's one word with 3 totally different superpowers.
Okay, next up we have the word may. Now, I want you to think of may as the slightly more formal, super polite cousin of can. It's just perfect for those times you need to be extra respectful or when you're talking about something that might happen. Come on, I bet you've used this exact sentence before. Asking, "May I go to the park?" is just a really polite and respectful way to ask for permission, especially from a parent or a teacher. So you see, may can wear a few different hats. It's awesome for polite permission, like, "May I leave now?" It also shows that something is possible, like, "They may visit us for Diwali." It's not a sure thing, but it could happen. And we even use it to give good wishes to people, like, "May you pass with flying colors." All right, let's tackle 2 modals that sometimes get people a little confused: should and must. Now, they're both used for giving advice or instructions, but whoa, they have very different levels of power. But don't you worry, it's actually super simple to tell them apart. This makes it so clear. Should is for good advice. It's a recommendation. Your friend might say you should finish your homework before the IPL match starts. Great idea, for sure, but it's still your choice. But must, that's a whole different story. Must is a rule. It's not a choice. The school says you must wear your school uniform on Monday. That's an order, something you have to do.
So just remember that. Should is for helpful suggestions, and must is for important rules you can't break. Knowing that difference, that's a real communication superpower.
Now, these superpowers aren't just for asking for things or doing your homework. They are so important for understanding instructions in the real world that are there to help keep us safe. Let's see how they pop up in warnings. Just look at these. The warning says, "Don't eat too many sweets." And why? Because you might get a stomachache. That word, might, shows you a possible bad result. Or how about keep children away from fire? Why is that a rule? Because they could burn themselves. Could points out a really dangerous possibility. See? These modals explain the why behind the rules, and that makes the warnings much easier to understand. All right, you've learned about these amazing power words, so now it's your turn to use them. Let's get a little creative with a fun mission that's going to make you a true modal master.
Okay, your mission is really simple and it's a lot of fun. We're going to write a little poem using the letters in the word modals. That just means for each letter.
M, O, D, A, L, and S, you're going to write a whole sentence that uses one of your new modal verb superpowers. Let me show you how it works.
So, I'll get us started. For the letter M, I've written, may I have another piece of cake? Good one, right? And for S, I put, should we start our homework now? Okay, now it's your turn. Go ahead and pause the explainer right here and try to write your own sentences for O, D, A, and L. Get creative. Have some fun with it.
Fantastic job, everyone. I bet your poems are amazing. You've learned about some really powerful tools for communication today. So let's do a super quick recap of all the superpowers you've unlocked.
So here it is, your brand new modal toolkit. Just remember, can is for ability and permission. May is for being polite and talking about what's possible. Should is perfect for giving good advice. And must, well, that's for the big rules. Using these will make your English so much stronger and clearer.
So I'll leave you with one final question. Which one of these modal superpowers will you use first today? Maybe you'll ask, can I help with dinner? Or tell a friend, we should play after school. Think about it and start using your new powers right away. Thanks so much for joining this explainer.